Have you seen the hullabaloo on crypto social media concerning the banking clampdown on Binance? Are you worried that you won't be able to buy the dip or sell the top and make out like a bandit with those crypto gains? Well, recently I was pretty worried about all that myself after getting an email from my bank saying that they were stopping payments to Binance for my protection. The nerve of it. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on with those fiat deposits and withdrawals at Binance and if it is game over for the world's largest crypto exchange. It also turns out that this whole episode was pretty useful in exposing some highly prominent banks as anti-crypto, banks that crypto dabblers like us should probably avoid. It also gives me the opportunity to highlight the most crypto-friendly banks out there and share a few top tips about how to get in and out of crypto without a hitch. Tips that could keep you on the good side of your bank to avoid your account getting frozen. So, be sure to stick around. Before I drop these pearls of wisdom, I need to tell you that, in a mission to change banking from within, I recently applied for a role at Santander. However, it appears that I had my application thrown in the bin on the grounds that I am not a financial advisor. I need to hold my hands up, they have got me on that one. So, this means that everything in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Now, with that disappointment out of the way, I would like to welcome anyone new to the channel. The name is Guy, your crypto guy, and over here at the Bureau, my team and I are here to help you navigate through those often stormy crypto markets. If you're interested in making me your crypto captain, then you can register your interest by smashing that subscribe button and flicking that little bell. Do that and you'll be the first to know whenever I release another video. One more thing, behold the timestamps below. Now, unlike your friendly bank that loves to put you on hold for hours, I actually respect your time. So, use those timestamps to skip ahead if needed. However, I do encourage you to watch as much of this video as possible. You won't regret it. Okay, ready to learn if you need to switch banks? Well, get set. So, what was behind all the recent commotion about Binance and banks? Well, all was well in cryptoland until the 26th of June, when the UK Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, decided to cause a ruckus and drop this statement out of the ether. Yep, it was a consumer warning about Binance Markets Limited and the Binance Group. It basically said that Binance Markets Limited wasn't permitted to undertake any regulated activity in the UK. Then it went on to say that no other entity in the Binance Group holds any form of UK authorization, registration, or license to conduct regulated activity in the UK. Naturally, that sort of bombshell led to many Brits like me wondering if Binance was about to be barred from serving the UK market. However, the next day, Binance clarified things on Twitter and explained how Binance Markets Limited was a separate legal entity that didn't offer any products or services via Binance.com. Instead, that entity was acquired with the idea of launching a UK version of the exchange, like Binance US. Binance then went on to say that the FCA notice had no direct impact on the services provided on Binance.com. So, that was that. All was well in the world for UK Binance users, and that FCA warning had no real impact. Well, not exactly. 4 days later, UK Binance users discovered that they were not able to withdraw any of the Queen's finest pounds off of the exchange. That led to Binance declaring on the 29th of June that the ability to deposit or withdraw GBP to or from Binance.com had been suspended for maintenance reasons. That move came a day after customers were also frozen out of Faster Payments, the major payment network for UK bank transfers. So, things couldn't get much worse for Binance, right? But at least this mess only impacted UK users. Well, not exactly. On the 6th of July, the contagion spread, with Europe getting some pretty disturbing news from Binance. In a nutshell, EU customers would no longer be able to deposit funds using SEPA, the main banking network for euro transactions. That basically meant that anyone in Europe couldn't deposit on Binance using one of the most popular European deposit methods. Now, this was a result of Binance's payment partner, Junction, announcing that it was stopping processing payments to the exchange. In case you didn't know, Junction acted as a middleman between Binance and the banks, facilitating both faster payments here in the UK and SEPA transfers in Europe. Now, many people found that transfers from their banks to Binance were being rejected, even though their banks hadn't actively stopped dealing with the exchange. But has this mess been solved? Well, not at the time of shooting this video. GBP Bank withdrawals are still temporarily suspended. I got this delightful email on the 13th of July. Yep, those GBP Bank withdrawals are still an issue at Binance. But where do those pesky banks come into all this? Well, between those problems with European Binance deposits and that email I got on the 13th of July, it seems that Binance was the victim of a coordinated attack by UK banks. Banks that those who want to buy cryptocurrency should probably avoid. Let me tell you all about it. So, the next part of this Binance saga serves as a bit of a guide of who not to bank with if you're looking to buy and sell crypto. Let me get back to my story. So, Binance was reeling from having SEPA deposits blocked. Then what happened? Well, a raft of UK banks started placing restrictions on transactions to Binance. If you're a crypto dabbler with an account at any of these banks, you'll probably want to open an account elsewhere to do those crypto deposits or withdrawals. Anyhow, the first bank to lead the charge and place restrictions on Binance was Barclays on the 8th of July. Barclays account holders who had made a transaction to Binance actually got text messages from the bank saying that they were stopping all payments made by debit or credit cards to the exchange until further notice. Now, apparently, all that was to help keep our money safe. How very thoughtful of them. I need to remind you that this is the same bank that was fined $200 million for its role in the LIBOR rigging scandal, a scandal that could have had an impact on interest rates that borrowers like you and me were paying. But I digress. Now, it would have been easy to blame Barclays only, but other banks eventually started to join the fray. It turned out that my personal bank, Santander, started blocking transactions to Binance too. You can see that email over here. So yes, good old Santander was stopping payments to Binance for my protection. Like Barclays, they also cited that recent FCA warning. Thanks, Santander. Now, according to the bank's Twitter account, another reason behind this drastic action was a, quote, large increase in UK customers becoming victims of cryptocurrency fraud. Now, while crypto fraud is indeed a problem these days, we were given no evidence to support this claim. Moreover, does it really sound fair to completely shut off all customers because of isolated fraud incidents? So, you can probably imagine that with that sort of attitude to crypto, Santander is probably yet another bank you want to avoid. So, you might be thinking that this is not that big a deal. It's just two banks being annoying. Well, it turns out that Santander and Barclays are two of the largest banks in the UK, with around $3.7 trillion in combined assets. So they're not just any banks. Then you have NatWest, who recently placed a limit on how much account holders could transfer to crypto exchanges. That temporary cap was placed on the 24th of June, just before that FCA warning dropped. It's almost as if they knew, right? Those NatWest restrictions targeted several crypto exchanges, including Binance. So yes, if you hold a NatWest account, I probably wouldn't use it for anything crypto-related. This doesn't seem like a very friendly stance, if you ask me. But what other banks have revealed themselves to be anti-crypto outside of this whole Binance saga? Well, another massive bank that might actually be the most hostile to crypto would be HSBC. I mean, these chaps just flat out said earlier in the year that they wouldn't process any cryptocurrency-related payments. And if that isn't bad enough, HSBC then took it a step further by banning customers from buying MicroStrategy shares due to the fact that MicroStrategy owns a lot of Bitcoin. So, what one can deduce from all this is that if you're looking to buy and sell crypto, you probably don't want to do it with a bank account at Santander, Barclays, NatWest, or HSBC. Big ones to avoid, if you ask me. But that leads me on to a very important question. Which banks can you use to get in and out of crypto? Even better, which banks are actually crypto-friendly? Most of us out there just want to be able to buy and sell crypto without a hitch. However, I should be upfront here and warn you that whatever bank you use, there is a risk of getting your account frozen or shut down for buying crypto. After all, banks seem to like to change their policies like the wind, and just because you buy crypto with a bank today doesn't mean that you'll be able to do that tomorrow. That's why if you want to play things as safe as possible, you might want to get a new bank account set up and use it solely for buying and selling crypto. That way, you don't run the risk of getting your main account shut down and going unbanked for weeks or even months. Now, first off, I want to mention banks that my friends have used to buy and sell crypto recently without any issues. These would be Halifax, Metro Bank, and First Direct. So, you might want to check those banks out. However, most of you are probably just wanting to play things safe and get yourself an account at a crypto-friendly bank. Am I right? Well, don't you worry, I have you covered with my list of the top 4 UK and European crypto-friendly banks. At 4, I have Fidor Bank. This digital-only bank is limited to the German market. However, it's just so crypto-friendly, I think it would have been wrong to leave it off my list. It turns out that Fidor is actually the funding provider for Kraken. Yep, that beloved crypto exchange for so many of us. They basically offer Euro Swift deposits for Kraken, and users with Fidor bank accounts can enjoy near-instant deposits and withdrawals with this funding option. Very nice. Fidor Bank has actually been pro-crypto for quite some time too. Way back in 2015, the bank integrated with the popular German Bitcoin exchange Bitcoin.de. Through that partnership, Fidor allowed its customers to buy Bitcoin instantly through the bank's Fidor-to-Fidor near-instant deposits. That's right, the same system they offered Kraken. So Fidor Bank has essentially integrated directly with crypto exchanges. And if that's not crypto-friendly, I don't know what is. That obviously means that it's highly unlikely that Fidor is going to block transfers to crypto exchanges anytime soon. But what if you want to get a Fidor account opened? Well, you'll need to be resident in Germany, be over 18 years old, and be willing to hand over your full name and email address. Honestly, it's super straightforward. When it comes to fees for that Fidor Smart Current account, you'll be charged a fee of $5 a month. However, avid dollar cost averagers will be relieved to know that if you execute more than 10 transactions a month, then you'll get an activity bonus of €5 a month. So yeah, this bank account could be completely free for some people. Honestly, I'm slightly disappointed that I can't get my hands on a Fidor account myself. However, if you are based in Germany and are worried about your bank meddling in your crypto dabbling, then it seems like a pretty big no-brainer. But what if you're a Brit that's been traumatized by the shenanigans going on at Barclays, Santander, or NatWest? Well, don't worry, I got you. My third crypto-friendly bank has got to be Monzo. Now, I need to be straight up here. The only reason why this bank isn't higher up my list is that they only open accounts for UK residents. However, in spite of that FCA warning and other UK banks shunning crypto, Monzo has recently restated publicly that account holders are free to transact with crypto exchanges. Sure, they go on to say that they don't work with a few crypto exchanges, but overall, that seems perfectly reasonable and pretty damn pro-crypto when it comes to banks. On top of all that, it turns out that Monzo is way more popular than I thought. Over 5 million people have an account there. They are, of course, a fully licensed UK bank, and deposits of up to £85,000 per person are protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Good for those that want that peace of mind. Indeed, after that horrible email from Santander, I must confess that I hopped over and got an account open at Monzo to use exclusively for crypto transactions. Oh, just an FYI, Monzo is a digital-only bank, so you will need to be quite comfortable using a mobile app if you want to bank here. In terms of fees, a basic Monzo account is absolutely free. There are no maintenance fees, and card payments in the UK and abroad are completely free. All that makes Monzo the perfect solution for me. Do note, though, that I am a UK resident and you need to be too. But I'm sure that there are many of you that are not based in the UK or Germany that have been put slightly on edge due to the SEPA deposit problem on Binance recently. Well, if that's you, then I have also got you covered. At 2, I have Nuri. Now, I'm sure that most of you have never heard of this digital-only German bank. However, some crypto veterans may have heard of Bitwala before. Well, Bitwala rebranded as Nuri earlier this year. With a Nuri account, you get access to a German IBAN, SEPA transfers, and international payments. Oh yeah, you of course get a snazzy Nuri debit card too. But where is your money held at Nuri? Well, these chaps have partnered with Solaris Bank, who host the bank accounts. That means that deposits of up to 100,000 euros are secured. So what makes Nuri crypto-friendly? Well, these chaps have integrated a crypto exchange into their mobile app, making it simple to buy or sell crypto. So yes, that is about as pro-crypto as you can get if you ask me. However, the only downside here is that you can only buy Bitcoin or Ethereum through the app. That's very limited crypto support and certainly won't be everyone's cup of tea. Now, if that pro-crypto stance wasn't enough to get you excited, it turns out that opening an account at Nuri is also completely free. Not only that, but unlike the other options I've mentioned so far, Nuri is available to anyone in the European Economic Area, the UK, Switzerland, and a bunch of other countries. The full list of supported countries can be found in the description below. So, Nuri sounds good, but what if you wanted another crypto-friendly option? One that supports a plethora of different fiat currencies so that you can buy and sell that crypto with the lowest fees possible. Well, I have you covered with my final selection. At the number one spot, I have Revolut. In case you didn't know, Revolut is a digital-only banking app, which you can link to a Visa card. These guys will open accounts for anyone resident in the European Economic Area, Australia, Singapore, Switzerland, Japan, and the US. They also support numerous different fiat currencies too. So yes, that should mean that you bypass those nasty exchange fees and are able to get more crypto. Revolut is also insanely popular with over 15 million customers. That's thanks to their no-nonsense approach to banking. What do I mean by that? Well, I take it most of you are familiar with the seemingly endless bits of paper required to open an account normally. With Revolut, you basically just download the app, register and verify your ID by taking a photo of yourself and a valid form of ID. It's literally that simple. Then you just order your Visa card through the app and you are good to go. That app will allow you to do pretty much anything you can do with a traditional bank account. That includes things like domestic and international payments through SWIFT, SEPA, etc. What makes Revolut pro-crypto is that you can actually buy cryptocurrency through the app. Yes, back in the day, Revolut got a lot of flack because you couldn't withdraw that crypto off the app. But now you can withdraw that crypto off the platform and store it on a ledger or Trezor. With that kind of crypto support, it seems unlikely that Revolut are going to adopt an anti-crypto stance anytime soon. Yes, Revolut may sound like the all-in-one solution, the crypto bank account with a built-in crypto exchange. However, you need to be aware that buying crypto with Revolut is damn expensive. These guys charge 2.5% in fees for crypto trades if you have a basic account. Now, that seems insanely high. But things get even worse if you have that basic account and trade more than £1,000 worth of crypto. That's because you'll be categorized as a high-frequency customer, and that means you'll be charged an additional 0.5% in fees on top of that 2.5%. So, 3% in total fees if you have a basic Revolut account. Yes, it is possible to reduce those fees by paying £6.99 a month for a premium account or £12.99 a month for a metal card. However, that only reduces the base crypto trading fee to 1.5%. Honestly, folks, those fees really do add up. Now, I've got no problem with Revolut being a top crypto-friendly banking solution. But to use it to buy and sell crypto as well, I think you'd have to be off your rocker. So, now you know my top crypto-friendly bank picks. I bet you're wondering how I have personally set myself up to buy and sell crypto. Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush here, but I have never directly deposited on any crypto exchange with my main bank account. What an inconvenience it would be if it got frozen due to buying a bit of crypto. Instead, I personally set up a crypto-only bank account. Today, that would be Monzo, but I think any of the banks in my top crypto-friendly bank list would do the job for that. So whenever I buy crypto, I just transfer funds from my mysterious main bank account to Monzo. Next, you need to find a top cryptocurrency exchange that accepts fiat deposits. If you're based in Europe or countries like the UK, Canada, Singapore, or Switzerland, the simplest way I've found to buy crypto with a bank account is by using the Swissborg app. Now, these guys accept deposits in some pretty exotic fiat currencies, like the Polish zloty or the Romanian leu, along with the other cryptocurrencies over here. That's pretty handy if you don't like being shafted by exchange rate fees. Swissborg allows you to buy and sell popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum and a few more exotic cryptos like Ren. Now, when it comes to fees, deposits on Swissborg are free, and the highest fees you'll pay to buy or sell crypto are just 1%, significantly cheaper than that 3% you could pay on Revolut. You can further reduce those trading fees by upgrading your Swissborg account to Community Premium or Genesis Premium. To do that, you need to stake either 2,000 Swissborg tokens or 50,000 tokens for the Genesis Premium. Now, that is a lot of money, but it is not a one-off fee that you'll never see again. After 365 days, you'll get those Swissborg tokens back. And while you wait for that, you'll lower those trading fees to 0.75% if you get Community Premium and 0.25% to 0% for Genesis Premium. So that's definitely worth looking into. Another cool thing about Swissborg is that you can also get yield on that crypto through lending functionality. With Bitcoin, you can get up to 4.4%, 4.5% for ETH, and over 8% for stablecoins. Yes, it is true that not every crypto you want to get your hands on will be available on Swissborg. So if I am caught in that conundrum, all I do is just send ETH or Bitcoin from Swissborg to my Binance account and get those exotic altcoins there. Another reason why I use Swissborg is that unlike many other exchanges, they actually hold an EU license. Therefore, it's in the good graces of the regulators, and this means that the banks would view Swissborg as being a much lower risk than unregulated crypto exchanges. Also, fiat withdrawals from Swissborg are pretty fast and don't seem to raise flags at banks, as the transaction reference isn't anything crypto-related. Usually, these withdrawals take a matter of hours. So, if you want to give Swissborg a try, then you can use the link in the description below to get up to €100 in free Swissborg tokens. The icing on the cake, if you ask me. There is one thing missing though. Ah yes. Perhaps you would like a step-by-step guide telling you exactly how you can buy crypto on Swissborg. Am I right? Well, I've got you covered once again. Hit that link in the top right to watch my video on it. Oh, another pro tip I have for you. If you're going to be sending and receiving crypto here, I would keep the transactions under 4 or 5K. The main reason for this is the fact that large transactions, irrespective of the source or recipient, will always be flagged. So if you would prefer to save yourself the usual rigmarole, this could be a great way to do it practically. Splitting those transactions into smaller amounts is the way that I like to try and stay under the bank's radar. Now, that's about all I have time for today, folks. However, I do want to share a few quick closing thoughts. Yes, I know that the idea of a crypto-friendly bank is kind of an oxymoron. However, the truth is that some banks are just outright hostile to any form of crypto transaction. If you go ahead and try to buy crypto with a bank account at any of the hostile banks I've mentioned, then don't be surprised if you get that account shut down. Why take the risk when you could set up a new account only for crypto transactions? That way, if the worst comes to the worst, you won't have your whole life disrupted by an account closure. Another important thing to note is that banks seem to change their policies constantly. So, it could be that some of the banks mentioned in this list change their tune in the future. I hope for the better. Regardless, there are only certain things that are within our control, and we have to be at peace with those that are not. So, what that means for you is getting a crypto fiat on-off ramp sorted while still taking the necessary steps to reduce the chances of getting hassle from your friendly local banker. Now it's time to hear your thoughts, folks. So what do you think is the top crypto-friendly bank? And are there any other banks you guys want to mention? Hit me up in the comments. And finally, if you'd like to keep this crypto guy on YouTube and save me from having to take the internship at Santander, then smashing that like button could help. I would also tap that subscribe button and ping that bell for good measure. Stay on top of all these videos. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.